Hello, I'm Leslie Miller, and welcome to More, the show that brings you more All My Children, more One Life to Live, and more of everything else that happens after the director yells cut. Coming up today, things got even steamier this week in Pine Valley.
It meant the world to me.
And lusty in Landview. Plus an exclusive first look at next week.
What's a man got to do to see you, B?
And much more behind the scenes and under the covers of a love scene.
Those are like really hard scenes. Like nobody knows that, but they're really, really hard.
The man behind Bo Buchanan shows us a softer side. You miss him?
A lot.
Who's coming to Pine Valley next? More secrets from the casting room.
Wait for that moment when someone comes in and does something and you go, oh, got it.
But first, if you missed a minute of this week's All My Children, buckle up. Here's what you need to know.
JR is dangerous. And I won't allow you anywhere near him.
What are you gonna do, lock me in my room?
If I have to.
David, I just want my baby home.
So, what's next?
Just what I was thinking. Time for bed.
Are you really concerned that much about my medical condition, or just scared I might tell David about your child?
Oh my gosh, Billy Clark.
Where's Celia? How should I know? She gone missing on you? She has run off with your son. Oh, horse feathers.
My dad was expecting me the night they took me. He's the chief of police of Pine Valley, and I guarantee every law organization is out looking for me by now.
Look, you need to catch up fast, or else your ass is gonna be on that bench the rest of your life. Take this.
And there's lots going on in Landview. If you blinked, you missed these big new developments on One Life to Live.
So I guess Paris is out of the question.
Oh, Clint, I was all for it, but it's just not possible.
What a relief to know that justice has been served.
All right, who's ready to get wasted?
That stopper from your scotch bottle, that tested positive for arsenic traces.
Arsenic?
Yeah.
What I need is a sidekick. Someone who'll make me look good, but who won't steal the spotlight.
Natalie, I'd be careful if I was you.
Rama?
I can teach myself.
I want to know when Matthew is going to be a father to his son.
Oh!
Right.
Not my uncle, he's my dad.
Okay, so then what am I?
A stranger. It's not as if the sky is falling on me alone.
Yeah, I know that.
On All My Children, JR knows Kara's secret about her baby. I sat down for an exclusive one-on-one with actress Lindsay Harley to find out what happens next.
Kara originally believed that she and David could be, this beautiful family with their child. And then the night of the shooting, she realizes that David has not changed, that he is still the same person that he always was. And she got really fearful and decided to, since he was in prison, of course, she thought it'd be, an easy breezy thing. She'll hide the son, he'll never find out, and then he gets out of prison and changes everything.
We keep seeing Kara have these flashbacks to that really hot sex scene with David up against the lockers.
I can't watch that scene, by the way.
Why is it hard for you to watch it?
Yes,
Why?
it was terrible. That was my first scene here, actually. Like, that's the first scene out of the gate, and I was really nervous. Those are like really hard scenes. Like nobody knows that, but they're really, really hard because you don't have any dialogue to focus on. So we block them out. They literally tell us like, okay, on this, and you look at each other, you kiss for 2 beats, and you take the shirt off, then you go for the belt, then he takes the bra off. And if you break it down like that, then you have like something to focus on. Otherwise, you're just sitting there making out with the guy.
How many times did you have to do that?
We did it a couple times. I actually had shorts on to warm me up. And then I had no shorts on. I had underwear on. And yep, that's the truth. And it was pretty nerve-wracking. And then they put it together to see like just how far we could push it. I love working with Vincent, and and he protects you. And the safer you feel, the more that you can go for it.
Now you're shooting 5 weeks on and 5 weeks off. We know that your home is in Los Angeles.
Yes.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, my favorite thing, obviously, is to be with my daughter. I miss her. I miss her terribly. She did get to come out here, which was really nice, and we took her to Cinderella on Broadway, which is really fun. She's never been to New York before, so this has been nice for her to come out here. Yeah.
And she's 8 years old?
She is. She'll be 9 July 3rd. I'm going to go home and just be like a full-time mommy. I mean, that's what's actually kind of lovely, is you really get to focus on everything, you know, and, you know, being here, I get to work, and then being there, I get to be with her.
One Life to Live's Robert S. Woods has played his share of love scenes over the years, but in an interview you'll only see on More, the actor told me why love at first sight isn't just for the soaps.
We all took cotillion, where you go and, you know, little boys are wearing bow ties and little girls are wearing white gloves. Loida, my wife, she was 3 years younger than me, but we were partnered up. She was just the cutest thing. I used to flirt with her. You know, our lives are just, they're so
intertwined.
You know, yeah, that we're going to go the whole distance. So.
She's been on the show before, Loida, and your son Tanner's been on the show before.
Both, yeah. We share a lot. We have so much in common. Tanner was actually Beau in 1968 on his way to get on a bus on his way to Vietnam.
In a flashback scene.
Yeah.
So how did you go from being a Vietnam vet to becoming an Emmy Award-winning actor on one of the most popular soaps?
You hold on. Oxy. That's what this is. This is that damn Oxy crap. Loida, my wife, was reading Variety, and she saw this little ad for this actor's workshop you could go to. And she said, you know, this is what you really want to do. And I had just taken the second assistant director's training program through the DGA to see if I could be a trainee on films and stuff. And waiting for the results of that, this workshop I could go to on the GI Bill. So I went like 4 days a week, 6 hours a day. It was full time, and I still got my GI Bill. So
it just happened for
you. If I hadn't been in the Army, I probably wouldn't have been an actor.
Yeah. More is just getting started. Coming up, nothing is off limits as we Skype in your burning questions for our soap stars.
How are the two of you when the cameras aren't rolling?
Plus, a sneak peek at what More is working on for next week.
I think she's falling in love.
But first, which new actress blew into Pine Valley by blowing away the show's casting director? Here's the answer and more.
I'm Allison Goodman. I am the casting director for All My Children and One Life to Live.
Okay. Thank you.
When we heard we were coming back, the first thing we did was get together, think about all the fan favorites that we knew had to come back, and started contacting those actors and explain to them how excited we were about it coming back and hope that they were going to be just as excited. The process for casting is simple in some ways. You put out a breakdown, agents submit people, you audition them. It's days of reading people, hearing the same words over and over again. And then it really comes down to trying to find something that is unique, someone who's gonna be liked by the audience, someone who is gonna work hard. My most memorable audition was Sal Stowers, who plays Cassandra. She just touched my heart.
Please just let me go back to the strip club.
She came from America's Next Top Model. She didn't come in and do a pretty girl storyline at all. She has come in and given her all every single day emotionally, and I'm just so proud of her. The majority of the roles that I cast that weren't people who were already on the show were either aged characters. The last time people saw them, they were 5, and now all of a sudden they're in high school. Miranda, that Denise Tance plays. There was a lot of pressure to make that role special, and I couldn't be happier with the job that she's doing.
I'm so sorry. What I said earlier, I didn't mean any of it.
The Chandlers, it was a long process because it was really a whole family of people that other actors had made really famous on the show.
Can't you rise up above what you've lost just long enough to tell him that you love him?
Eric Nelson I have known for a long time. He plays AJ, such a strong actor.
You like humiliating girls? Huh? Get up, you pussy! You're messing with the wrong dude, Chandler. Prove it, asshole!
Whoa! Whoa! You meet a lot of people and you wait for that moment when someone comes in and does something and you go, oh, got it.
There's much more ahead. Our soap stars are in the hot seat, and it's your turn to ask the questions.
Oh, for the longest time, I've always wanted to write letters, never knew where to send them.
Plus, where does All My Children keep its most famous prop? The answer and more after this.
It's
screen, there's not much that Bob Wood's character Bo Buchanan hasn't done. But in real life, he recently revealed only to more that he's a Skype virgin. Take a look. And don't worry, Bob, we'll be gentle.
For the longest time, I've always wanted to write letters, never knew where to send them, but
you found us.
Yeah, I found you. I'm just really excited to be able to talk to Rob Woods finally after so long.
Wait, I'll tell you something. This is like monumental for me because this is the first time I've ever Skyped.
Really?
Wow.
Well, I promise you that it won't be the last.
After having played Bo for so long, do you ever find yourself slipping into character off-screen in your personal life?
It's funny. There's more of Bo from my personal life. I slip into a lot of personal traits as Bo than I do vice versa. So maybe it can bounce off and I don't even realize it. I don't know. A lot of the ways the Bo reacts is the way I would react. I've got my best people on it. Right now, just please, let's focus.
The fans, they definitely know social media. They've been sending us lots of questions and comments via Twitter and Facebook and email. Fran on Facebook asks, what was it like working with Phil Carey, who played Asa?
You know, we're all lucky at this point in time to have worked with a guy like Philly because he was the old school, you know, under contract at Warner Brothers and stuff. So
you miss him?
Oh, God. Yeah. A lot.
You're close to his family.
His son is my godson, and I just went to his daughter's wedding. I wish he was here. He would bring so much to this, to the whole process, and he's just a character. We all looked up to him.
And in another more fan exclusive, actress Lindsay Harley shares this secret about keeping her sanity on the set.
My question for Lindsay is, your interactions with Vincent on camera are so natural. How are the two of you when the cameras aren't rolling?
We just laugh at each other. I just find him so funny. I told him yesterday he was doing something, and I was like, dude, you just crack me up. Because he's so serious. You know, a lot of times I have these moments where I stop and I kind of like look around, because I think it's really important, right, to stop and appreciate it. And yesterday I had one of those moments, and I was like, we had this like kind of an intense scene, surprise. And I looked at Vincent, and I just started laughing. He's like, what? I'm like, dude, you're so funny to me right now. You're so like intense.
Oh, come on! That's enough!
Always so serious as David, you know?
Yeah, but he's actually really funny. He's so loving, too.
Thanks, Steve from Long Island, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Paul has a question. He sent his question via email. Lindsay, what's your secret to constantly crying and acting stressed as Kara?
Sounds weird, but you kind of obsess a little bit over it, and then you just push it aside and put it on hold, like on reserve. Like I had a really long day yesterday, so I just kind of kept very mellow, and then you just kind of spice it up. You just kind of always keep it close to you, and then you just do it.
Soap fan Heather tweeted in this comment, I'm so excited my shows are back, I don't even sleep. That's how happy I am. We're glad you're happy, Heather. Now get some sleep. It's every real estate agent's mantra, location, location, location. And it's true for the soaps, too. Moore went behind the scenes to see how they pick the places that double as your favorite soap town.
My name's Kate Eisman, and I'm the location manager for One Life to Live. Location scouting begins based on the script. It's all about the writing and what they're envisioning. In perfect world, I would know a month ahead of time, but truthfully, I often know like 4 days ahead of time. So the house that we're in today, this beautiful mansion, thank goodness, I've known the people who live here, so we got in pretty quickly.
I like to get out of the studio and have some fun, you know, outside of Landview.
We have some amazingly talented camera operators who work very, very quickly and really know what they're doing. But, you know, we're going to make it good and then, you know, see how long it takes, but hopefully it won't really take that long.
I chose this place, I knew this conversation took place like in a public space or a park, and I know that Matthew has to sleep in his car afterwards, so it was kind of just generic green, but the tail that wagged the dog, so to speak, was the house that he pulls up to, and that house is about 3/10 of a mile south of here. So in my quest to always find locations right next to each other, this was kind of the perfect one. It has greenery.
It's more like a film shoot than a TV studio production.
On this show, actors love going on location.
It's fun to be outside of the studio. It feels like, it feels like when you're in school and you went on a field trip.
Well-groomed. This is a well-groomed location.
You're not going to believe what's coming up next week on All My Children and One Life to Live. A sneak peek is coming up.
You must really like you. For everyone else, he makes me water down the drink.
The reason the soaps feel so real is because no detail is left to chance. For every pen, pillow, high chair, hypodermic needle, there is someone behind the scenes making it happen. I'm here with Graydon Palaia, who is the prop master for All My Children and One Life to Live. Graydon, I love this room. Explain some of this stuff.
AJ was reflecting on his baseball days. He needed a baseball. We got one of those.
You've got a deck of cards there.
Deck of cards. There was a poker game in Bo's Garrett a couple episodes ago. This is an interesting one. When the doctor does an injection on a patient, you can't just stick them with needles because it's dangerous. So we made a fake needle. It's dull, and you push it like that. They can get a close-up of a needle going into the skin or anywhere, and it looks real.
Great. Nowadays, we have so much technology in our lives. Show us some of the props that have to be really realistic.
Talk to me, Peterson. Many times the actors have to call each other.
I want you to call me pronto.
Or we have to text a photo to them, and we see it on camera. So we have to keep the phones loaded with minutes. We have to keep up to date on all this technology.
Has to be in working order.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's nothing worse than you give an actor a phone and then they're like, doesn't work.
So you read the scripts and it's your responsibility to know exactly what the props are and where they need to go as well?
Yes, and there's a lot of scripts, boxes of them. At this point, I spend about 2 hours a day reading the scripts for the upcoming day. And then go purchase and acquire all the props necessary.
Do you have a lot of time to do that?
There's 24 hours in the day. I get about 18 in.
What is the most famous prop on All My Children?
It would be down here. I have it protected. This has been used for many years. It's the All My Children book, which is used for the opening of All My Children. I remember in college, my wife and I, we'd schedule our classes around All My Children.
Aww.
And we had a group of like 12 people that would meet at Duffy's. And I always thought, oh, it'd be the coolest thing to work on All My Children. So when this job came available, it was like, wow.
A dream come true.
Definitely. Anything they could possibly need, we have somewhere in this room.
It's a fun room to play in.
It is the funnest room in the house.
After the break, your exclusive first look at what's coming up next week on All My Children and One Life to Live.
It's our last night. I figured we'd do something else that you haven't done before.
But first, here's a trivia question for you. What did Bianca tell her mother, Erica, while the two were wearing matching outfits? Was it A, that she hated being Erica's mini-me, B, that she was bulimic, C, that she was moving out, or D, that she was gay? The answer when more returns. Welcome back to More. So what did Bianca tell her mother, Erica, while the two were wearing matching outfits? Was it A, that she hated being Erica's mini-me, B, that she was bulimic, C, that she was moving out, or D, that she was gay? The answer is D, that Bianca was gay.
Have you always loved me, Mom? Yes. I'm gay.
Want to know more? Then you can't miss our first look at next week's One Life to Live.
Danny says she's fine, but I know she's not. I just don't want to spend another night in the ER with her, Blair.
Of course you don't, sweetheart.
So, who's your letter from? Is she pretty?
It's not from a girl, it's someone way more important.
Should I be offended by that?
Calvin Brodus.
What's a man got to do to see you, B?
Get arrested.
You make a stiff Cosmo for my little lady here?
Stiff one, huh?
He must really like you. For everyone else, he makes me water down the drink.
I do not. But in this case, the little lady deserves whatever she wants.
Seriously?
And don't think the action in Pine Valley will be any less intense. Here's a sneak peek.
Stepfather is chief of police in Pine Valley. That makes you very dangerous piece of merchandise to keep around.
Get the hell out of my stuff!
What is that?
It's none of your damn business!
Answer me. Are you shooting up drugs?
Do you need to go back?
No, I don't need to go back. Besides, it's our last night. I figured we'd do something else that you haven't done before.
And I will not have you slithering into my Petey's world and destroy that too. No. Now, are you going to get your sorry butt out of here, or am I going to have to call the cops?
Okay, fine. I'll leave.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, we're here for you. So tell us what you want to know about your favorite soap stars. And who knows, you might end up on the show. We'll see you next week with more.
On behalf of the One Life to Live cast and crew, this message is for the Oklahoma tornado victims.
We want you to know that you're in our hearts.
And we're thinking of you in this time of tragedy. If you feel like many of us do that you want to help,
You can reach out to the American Red Cross or any number of local charities that are assisting in the recovery effort.
Thank you.